Hi, this is Carson with TROI. I'm the host of the TROI podcast. I interview, authors, artists, game designers, anything to do with fantasy and science fiction, really. And I want to talk to you today about this fantastic book. It is called A Prince's Errand, book one of the Tales of the Amulet by Robert and Dan Zangari. Now, Dan Zangari is the one who created this world a long, long time ago as Robert was growing up, and he would tell stories to Robert about this world. And I have to apologize to the Zangaris because I first met them at FanX a couple years ago, and they had a nice professional booth, and I was a brand new podcaster, and I was really super nervous. And I probably walked by their booth about a half dozen times before I finally got the courage to talk to him. And I was, like I said, I was super nervous. I introduced myself, and Robert was manning the table at the time, and he just handed me this book. He said, "Here." I thought he was giving it to me. I'm not exactly sure if he was, but I walked away with the book after they agreed with the interviews. So, Robert and Dan, if I stole this book from you, I apologize. But it was a fantastic book, and I want to start off with this beautiful cover. Let me take it off the book here. So, hopefully you can see this, but the cover is fantastic. The type on it is very reminiscent of old style fantasy. I got Wheel of Time. I got some of Piers Anthony's work. I got Larry Elmore with the and Keith Parkinson. Very reminiscent. And one of my favorite things is resonance. Now David Farland talks about resonance and making your book feel like something else, and this definitely does. This cover, you know exactly what you're getting. This is a probably 99 out of 100. I would give this cover. And this cover was, let me get this right, because they found this gentleman from the Philippines, and his name is Karim Bayet. I believe that's right. And Karim, his apprentice Suleiman Temiz actually does interior chapter art, and that's very reminiscent. If you've read The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, that's he does that. Wheel of Time has a chapter heading. It's very, very common in fantasy to do that. Now, also, you can see this map, this world map here, and Robert actually did that. So, 3 different artists put together this book. And a couple things, like this is a well put together book. It has a fantastic cover, and as an independent authors as they are, being able to find good quality stuff, a good quality publisher. Now they kind of started their own publishing company called Lock Publishing, but they had to find a printer that does such great work, and they found that printer. Some things you notice is this is a thick tome, and to be able to get through it, it doesn't quite have the spacing like a normal fantasy book, which is okay. As I was reading it, I didn't find that bothersome at all. And sometimes you have to do that in order to get your work out. Now, let me tell you what this book is about, and I'm going to read kind of the inner part of the cover here. And it's about this group of people led by Prince Cassius Midovar, who is searching for lost knowledge, lost magic, lost technology, and he hires a group of men to go with him. Now these are aged men that probably in their 40s, who have seen the world. So it's not like a typical fantasy novel where they are young men trying to discover themselves. These are seasoned men, and they go with them. And as the book goes on, not everything is as it seems. Now, one of the men that's with him, named Iltar, doesn't go with him on this journey. He decides he wants to go teach. He's a magician, and he goes and teaches a school group of kids. And part of that is he wants to study about this prophecy about an unspoken one and look more into the return of the Crimson Eye. Now, there are foreshadowing on what that is, and Robert and Dan do a good job on that. But this is unique because, like the prophesied hero is usually a young man trying to find themselves. It may not be a young man. It kind of turns that trope on its head. Now, if you want to look into getting this, I'd recommend going to their website. I'll link that in the description below. Overall, I would give this book an 85 out of 100. Now, what that means to me is if I give this to 100 fantasy readers, 85 of them are going to love it. My son, who read it as well, I asked him what he would rate it, and he would rate it a 92. So this is a very, very good book. If you are an epic fantasy lover, definitely check this out. Pick it up. It is in hardback, paperback, ebook, audiobook. And if you like audiobooks, they got Michael Kramer, who does Wheel of Time, who does Way of Kings, the Stormlight Archive. He's a fantastic narrator. So check that out. And if you like this review and want more, please click subscribe, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can.